Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's dive into this because today we are looking at one of the most bizarre and honestly fascinating intersections of American history and internet speculation that we've ever seen. On one hand, you have centuries of grounded traditional political and historical celebrations. But on the other, you have this highly volatile, completely unregulated digital mirror world. So we're going to explore exactly how a monumental national milestone is colliding head-on with the wild, multi-billion-dollar economy of cryptocurrency.
To really understand this whole phenomenon, we have to start with a very specific, very important number, 250. You see, the year 2026 marks the United States semi-quinticentennial. That is a massive milestone representing exactly 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence back in 1776. And, as you can probably imagine, a national anniversary of this magnitude brings with it a tremendous amount of planning, attention, and energy as the entire country gets ready to reflect on its past and look toward the future. Naturally, there is an official, congressionally backed organization orchestrating all of this. They're called America 250. Now, this is a strictly nonpartisan commission, and their mission is incredibly wholesome. It's really focused on unity. Their primary initiatives are exactly what you'd expect for a major national holiday, right? They've got Giving Fourth, which aims to make July 4th a national day of charitable giving. Then there's America's Block Party, designed to be the largest synchronized celebration in U.S. history, and America Gives, which is a big push for a record-setting year of volunteer service. It's all about shared experiences and bringing people together in the real world.
But right here is where we need to make a sharp pivot. You know how it goes whenever there's a major cultural event, human attention gathers, and today, financial speculation absolutely follows. In the physical world, the government is going to release official U.S. Mint commemorative coins to mark the semi-quincentennial. But over in the shadow economy of the internet, we're seeing the rise of a speculative America 250 crypto token. This isn't a physical coin you can hold in your hand, and no, it is definitely not endorsed by the government. It's a highly volatile digital asset existing on the blockchain, and it trades purely on the hype of the upcoming anniversary.
So what is this exactly? Well, these America 250 tokens belong to this wild category known as a narrative coin. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, which, are actually built to serve as foundational financial infrastructure or digital cash, narrative coins have virtually zero fundamental utility. None. Their price is driven entirely by cultural momentum, social media buzz, and event-based speculation. By creating a token tied to July 4th, 2026, developers have literally turned human attention into a tradable asset. The closer we get to the event, the more the search interest spikes and the more violently these tokens fluctuate. And this brilliantly illustrates the staggering evolution of this attention market. I mean, think back to 2013. Dogecoin was launched literally as a joke. It was just a satirical critique of the crypto boom. But by 2020, spin-offs like Shiba Inu were achieving multi-billion-dollar valuations. Crazy, right? Fast forward to 2024, and the market just exploded into these hyper-specific niches. We saw the rise of tokens like Fartcoin, which, no joke, briefly surpassed a $2 billion valuation, and the birth of a sector called Politify, which completely blends politics and decentralized finance. Now, as we look toward 2026, the whole trend has shifted to these event-driven narrative coins, like the America 250 token. To really grasp how strange this is, we have to look at how politics itself has been financialized. Welcome to Politify, where cultural identities and political campaigns have been transformed into highly volatile crypto tickers. We have MAGA, obviously named after the Trump campaign slogan. We have Trump and Bowden, which are these intentional kind of humorous misspellings of the leading candidates' names. We even have USA, which is a token actually marketed with text resembling the Declaration of Independence. These aren't just internet jokes anymore. They've become real ways for people to express their political stance and cultural identity while simultaneously gambling on highly speculative digital assets. And let me tell you, the politicians have absolutely taken notice. According to a survey by Paradigm during the recent election cycle, the voting bloc of cryptocurrency holders became incredibly important. The data showed these voters leaning toward Trump at 48%, with Biden at 39%, and a crucial 13% completely undecided. Suddenly, this wasn't just some fringe internet hobby. This was a measurable, highly motivated voter base. In a tight election, capturing that 13% of undecided crypto holders became a major strategic priority for both sides of the aisle. So both campaigns aggressively adapted to court this demographic. On one side, Donald Trump's team launched a portal directly accepting donations in 8 different cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even meme coins like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. On the other side,
The Biden administration signaled a major shift by choosing not to veto the FIT21 cryptocurrency bill passed by the House, which aimed to transfer regulatory authority to the more industry-friendly Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Both sides quickly realized that cryptocurrency policy was now a massive campaign chip.
So, with all this real money and political gravity swirling around cultural moments, how do traders actually figure out what to buy? Well, in the narrative coin market, you aren't analyzing company earnings or revenue reports, you are measuring the attention economy. Traders use platforms like Copy Today to track daily community voting streaks. For instance, communities for coins like Kendu, Ka, and Hedge have maintained relentless daily voting streaks for literally hundreds of days. Traders also monitor Google Trends, the velocity of mentions on X, and the overall health of Telegram groups. They're basically hunching for organic social momentum to see which narrative is catching fire. But trading these attention spikes, it's an incredibly perilous game. There's a very specific life cycle to event-driven assets, like an America 250 coin. Step 1, it starts with accumulation during the pre-event buildup. Then, Step 2, as the date approaches and mainstream media coverage increases, the token rides a huge social spike. But Step 3 is where the trap is. Buy the rumor, sell the news. In these markets, anticipation is what lifts the price. The very moment the actual event arrives, or the big headline hits, the narrative is basically over. Early insiders cash out, and the price almost always collapses. Which brings us to the really dark side of this mirror world. Because there's no regulation, the risk of a rug pull is massive. This is a scheme where a token gets hyped up, retail investors pour all their money in, and then bam, the anonymous developers suddenly drain the liquidity pool, crashing the value to zero. And we have seen this happen constantly. Recently, a token called Hawk, based on a viral internet meme, plummeted from a near $500 million valuation down to $25 million almost instantly. Hackers have even hijacked verified government X accounts, like those of the Cuban government, just to promote fraudulent meme coins, draining millions from unsuspecting buyers. So the crucial point is this. The financial damage here is very, very real. After Donald Trump launched his own official Trump meme coin, it saw this massive initial spike, which was quickly followed by a steep collapse. Data shows that roughly 764,000 people who invested after the token hit its all-time high ended up losing money. 764,000. That number is staggering. It perfectly illustrates the intense danger of FOMO, the fear of missing out. Because when you're buying into a narrative coin at the absolute peak of its media hype, you are very often just providing the exit liquidity for the people who got in early. Because of these immense risks, platforms like the Week's Crypto Wiki strongly advise traders to use a strict evaluation framework before even touching these assets. First, you have to verify the smart contract safety to ensure developers haven't left hidden backdoors to steal your funds. Second, check the liquidity depth, because if there aren't enough actual dollars backing the token on exchanges, you literally won't be able to sell when the price drops. And finally, you absolutely must analyze holder distribution. If just a handful of wallets hold the vast majority of the token, you are at extreme risk of those insiders suddenly cashing out and dumping the price on everyone else. Unsurprisingly, mainstream traditional finance is watching this whole space with a heavy, heavy dose of skepticism. American investor David Einhorn recently offered this biting critique, stating, "We have reached the fart coin stage of the market cycle. Other than trading and speculation, it serves no other obvious purpose." And, well, it's a completely fair point. When tokens based on internet jokes or political typos are achieving multi-billion-dollar market caps, it really forces us to ask, what exactly is being valued here? Is it some new form of digital community, or is it just a casino running on pure attention? Which leaves us with this final, truly provocative thought as we look toward the 250th anniversary of the United States. While the physical world prepares for block parties and charitable giving, the digital world is busy building a chaotic, highly volatile betting market on the exact same event. Is financializing our history and our political identities the ultimate logical endpoint of modern internet culture? Or have we simply built a highly sophisticated, completely unregulated digital casino? It's a fascinating reality to untangle. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.